Hello, Nowata County. This is Marcus Hurst with KGCT Channel 25. We're playing a little bit of a catch-up. Chelsea had their homecoming tonight, and so their schedule was a little bit different than what we were used to, so we're playing a little bit of catch-up. Both of the entry helmets are up. It looks like they kind of bought from the same company. They're kind of identical there. But start the pregame show real quick while we get dialed in here. Let's talk about the football roster for Nowata Ironmen. We've got number 1, Trenton Smith, who's a junior quarterback and defensive back. Number 2, Eli Savala, freshman, wide receiver and defensive back. Number 4, Dagan West, sophomore, wide receiver, linebacker. Number 9, Emmett Sells. Sorry about that, Emmett. Emmett Sells, sophomore, wide receiver, defensive back. Number 12, Cruz, and I've got Brandon Hicks up here. He's going to help me pronounce this. Presbycentes. Okay. That's much better than what I attempted last week, and I had to apologize to him a couple of Cruz. I mean, he has a cool enough first name. We just go Cruz. That's Presbycentes. Okay.
Looks Polish.
Senior quarterback and linebacker. Number 15, Dylan Barnes, who's back this week. Senior running back and defensive end. Number 21, Jace McKisson, senior running back and defensive back. Number 22, Braden Humphreys, sophomore running back and defensive back. Number 24. I said 22 earlier. I meant to say 22 for Braden Humphreys. Number 24, Josiah Clark, senior, tight end, linebacker. Number 32, Tate Tibbins, freshman, wide receiver and defensive back. Number 36, Alex Alberti, junior, running back and defensive end. Number 44, Garrett Keeler, junior, running back and linebacker. Number 50, Nick Sagal, junior, offensive line and defensive line. Number 52, Kyle Seeley, junior, offensive line and defensive line. Number 57, Wyatt Keeler, sophomore, offensive line and defensive end. Number 58, Dane Bolin, senior, offensive line and defensive line. And we got a number 60, Devin Shell, senior, offensive line, defensive line. Number 64, Jake Lanzaria. I hope I pronounced that too again, Jake. I apologize. Sophomore, offensive line, linebacker. Number 67, Gavin Fisher, freshman, offensive line and defensive end. Number 69, Braden Hewitt, sophomore, offensive line, defensive line. Number 70, Robert Ruck, sophomore, offensive line, defensive line. Number 74, Skylar Clark, junior, offensive line and defensive line. Number 75, Mason Brown, freshman, offensive line and defensive line. Number 76, Trevor Pearson, senior, offensive line and defensive line. Number 77, Mason Abney, senior, offensive line, defensive line. 79, Benton Blassie. Did I pronounce that right, Blassie? Freshman, offensive line, linebacker. Number 82, Kendall Macias, senior, tight end and linebacker. So tonight, if I can bother him every once in a while, Brandon Hicks is up here with us, so I can ask him a couple of pronunciations and little changes and whatnot, as long as I'm not getting in his way with the filming for the high school guys for their film to watch later. But the pregame is brought to you by Park Villa and Doug Maddox. Thank you, Park Villa, for sponsoring KGCT and the Nowata Ironmen. Up next, the coin flip should be starting about any time. Liam, can you see who our captains are over there?
Looks like number 58, Dane Bolin. Number 24, Josiah Clark. Number 15,
Dylan Barnes.
And number 21, I think,
Jace McKisson. Fantastic. Dane Bolin, Jace McKisson, Dylan Barnes, and who did we say? Josiah Clark. Getting ready they're all poised for the coin flip, brought to you by Barking Cat. I kind of tease with the ladies up there at the Barking Cat. They're all so super sweet. They're fun to hang out with. We did their ribbon cutting, I believe it was last week. I don't know. My days kind of fade together. I'm constantly working, so I think it was last week that it was last Saturday, actually. The Barking Cat had their official new grand reopening since Ashley had bought the Barking Cat from Stacy Hicks, who just got married to, oh gosh. I hate whenever I do that with people's names. Hicks. Vape shop guy. Dusty Hicks. I'm sorry, Dusty. I got myself on the spot because I was thinking of Stacy's maiden name, Eddings, and then I said Hicks, and anyways, that's just the kind of day I'm having. But anyways, new ribbon cutting. They joined the Chamber of Commerce, and we had a ribbon cutting for the Barking Cat. But I will warn you, those ladies up there love animals, and they will pamper that dog or cat or whatever you have, and that dog or cat will want to come back. Last time I was in there was a customer that had come in a lot, and the dog literally drug them in because they knew that they were getting ready to get a treat. And it was a big dog. I think it was like a Great Dane or something, but it literally drug the owner into the barking cat. Here come the captains for the barking cat coin flip. Hey, while we're waiting on this, Liam, can you give us an update on the weather? It is gorgeous out here. There's hardly any wind whatsoever, but
Yeah, it's 73 degrees right now.
hey,
And
that's
there's
football
only,
weather.
There's only a very slight 3-mile-an-hour wind from the southeast. So,
It is fantastic up here.
oh yeah, not enough for it to be dead, but just enough for it to be comfortable.
Yeah, just enough to keep just enough moving so we're not just stagnant.
No.
So I had this, I got my little sheet here that kind of keeps me on track, and thought I was pretty clever, Liam. For the weather updates, who else would be best as one of our advertisers to kind of plug with the weather updates? But Hathcote Heating and Air and Dustin Perrett. Heating and Air, there you go. See that tie-in?
Yep, I
See
see
how
that
clever
tie-in.
I am?
I see how clever you are. I
Clever.
got you.
Sometimes it just works out for me.
Sometimes my genius, it frightens me.
Yeah. So, weather updates brought to you by Hathcote Heating and Air and Dustin Perrett, who, by the way, installed my air conditioning and my heating here. We had been working on central heat, but we had window unit air conditioning, and if you work with the window unit air conditioning, it does the job, but it's just not quite as good as central heat and air. I just missed it, guys. I was rambling about my air conditioning. Who won the coin toss? Dragons. Chelsea won the coin toss, and we're going to find out which end they're going to defend. But we got the air conditioning in, and just the other day, Dustin checked on my heater. I turned on my heater for the first time because it got down to like 40-something. And lo and behold, the heater works. And so I am set up. Thank you, Hathcote Heating and Air. Ironmen shake hands with the Dragons. This is a classic fairy tale matchup. We got the Ironmen, which I guess would be knights. Maybe they're Spartans. Or what is an Ironman? Is an Ironman... Is he a knight? He's a knight, right? And,
Yeah, let's go for that.
So we're gonna try to slay some dragons tonight, people. So it's just the nature of the way things go. All right, our captains go back into the helmet, getting ready. We on the countdown. We got 1 minute and 15 seconds till game officially starts. And the first quarter will be brought to you by the Depot Cafe with Lisa, Tony. Here come the Dragons carrying the American flag. They got a little dragon breath there. Did we get the dragon breath coming out of the helmet?
A little bit.
Do what?
You guys don't have audio up here, right?
Yeah.
No, like going to the camera feed?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, we're live right now. So here come the Ironmen. I just missed that. 30 seconds till the game starts. "15 seconds, and it will be official. Yep. Chelsea's homecoming.
Yep.
Today is...
Nowata's band is already going strong.
Oh, yeah, you can hear them from clear across here. Friday, October 4th. Chelsea's homecoming. We're looking for an upset.
Yep, first game of October.
First game of October.
And their buzzer sounds, it was more like a siren. It's strange. Well, better a siren than no buzzer at all, like last time.
That was weird not having one. All right, Chelsea Dragons take the field. They will be receiving on the south side. Nowata Ironmen will come out and kick off and defend the north side. Like Liam was saying earlier, there's barely any wind. So this will just be a true unassisted kick. Dylan Barnes is teeing back up, giving Dane the Dane train. I talked. Dane's not going to like this later, but I was visiting with his mom, Markeisha, at Sweet Peas the other day, and I was making sure that Dane was cool with the nickname Dane Train, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he thought it was cool." So we got the go ahead on that. But Dylan Barnes is back from a 2-game suspension. I think if I remember correctly, it was 2 games ago, almost a month since he's played, but he's lined up now, getting ready to touch the ball first officially. There's the whistle, and here we go. It's a short kick over to the far end. Goes out, ooh, don't let it go out of bounds. About the 32-yard line. That will be a 1st and 10 for the Chelsea Dragons on their own, or on the Ironman side of the field. Good field position. About the 30, what are they marking that, 32-yard line?
Looks like it.
Chelsea lines up with 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. 1 halfback set, throws over to the right side near the sideline, picks up maybe 1.5 yards on the play. Little screen to start the game out. Brings up 2nd down, and we're going to call it 8. We got a wide receiver spread either side. Halfback lines up on the right side of the quarterback in shotgun. Wide receiver number 3 goes into motion, drops back, hands off on the other side. Number 2 gets tripped up by his own man. Kind of jawing at his own guy there. Frustration early in this game. We'll take that frustration. 3rd down, and lost a few yards there. 3rd down and 9. Good start so far. Good omens. Ball's on the 28-yard line. 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. Didn't finish that earlier. We got a wide receiver split near side. Halfback lined up behind the quarterback in shotgun. Number 2, I guess you call that a flanker. I'll ask Brandon later. Drops back, number 11, looking for somebody to throw to. Nobody's open. He kind of just flings it out. Get rid of the ball. Brings up 4th down.
Looks like it was covered one of the Ironmen.
Good defensive stand by the Ironmen. Do we call that guy a flanker? Kind of use flanker as a very liberally used term there. All right, 4th down and looks like 14 to go, and looks like they're moving back into a punt formation. Weren't sure. Pretty good punt, got some decent air. We didn't have a man back, so the ball's going to just roll on down to literally flipping the field down to the 32. So the Ironmen will start with good field position. 1st down and 10 for the Nowata Ironmen on the north side of the field going south.
Almost a 3rd down the field already. Hang on, my mic was off. Almost a 3rd down the field already.
10 minutes, 17 seconds left in the first half, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. Want to say thank you to Lisa, Tony, and Ashley, and all the other employees at the Depot Cafe. Ironman come out with trips on the far side, quarterback in the shotgun. Good snap, flings it out to the left side, got some room, breaks a few tackles, picks up 2.5 yards. Number 6.
Is it Jaden Bowman?
Jaden Bowman. Last week he wasn't on our roster, and we heard his name one time, and we were trying to remember we've got a lot of things going on up here, but Jaden Bowman, I wish I had a pen on me to write that down. But brings up second down. If you didn't hear the PA sideline warning called against the Dragons, I don't know if the coach came on too far on the field or what, but quarterback in the shotgun, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far, handoff to Dylan Barnes straight up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Just about to the 40. Forward momentum was kind of stopped early. They a little late on the whistles there, but they probably should spot it around the 39-yard line.
They're going to give it to us on the 41.
Oh, they're going to 41. Well, we'll take that spot. Maybe I didn't notice it as third down and 3.
3rd and 3. Yep, there it is.
We got a wide receiver far out. Twins on the near side. Trenton Smith, number 1, talks to his halfback that looks like number 22, Humphreys. Maybe 24. 22. Swinging around. Oh, he recovers. Great recovery by number 6. Breaks it back out just about to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like we lost a yard on that one.
You know. Looked kind of like a busted play.
Same spot.
This Dragons team, they got a good coach. I believe I was talking to Brandon Hicks earlier, and that's Coach Hag, who is a coach at Nowata for a long time. So it's 4th down. We're going to go for it. 4th and 1. Snap back, handoff to Dylan Barnes. He plows away, finds a good little gap, then plows ahead. I was going to make a comment.
Get us to first down.
Earlier.
To 46.
It's another Nowata Ironmen, 1st down and 10. But the way those holes opened up for Dylan and the way he runs, I was going to say, you know, this Dragons defense is a little bit undersized from this angle, and Dylan will put a shoulder in him. Snap back. Trenton Smith rolls around left side, decides to hold it himself with fake. Going to pick up the first down and maybe some more. Gets down to the 30, still going. Oh, did he step out?
I think he did step out.
Looks like the ref's waving that he stepped out about the 36 or 37-yard line. But that's good enough for another Nowata Ironman 1st down. We'll take it. Good execution by the Ironman. Good play call. Brings up 8 minutes left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Same play as earlier with Dylan Barnes. Handoff on the inside, kind of a draw. Doesn't look like he might not have made it back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down, and we'll call it 10, maybe 11. Maybe trying to take advantage of that size that Dylan brings with him. Trent Smith drops back around the left side, throws wide open to number 24, Josiah Clark.
He's going to keep going and steps out around the, looks like it's the 27.
Good pickup, another 1st down for the Nowata Ironmen. Got a good little pace going here.
Oh, they're going to give it to us on the 26.
Everything looked good there. Keep me on track with that, because I get distracted easily. Let's just be honest. Looks like we called a timeout. Not sure which way that went. Scoreboard looks like it was two left for the Dragons, so it must have been a Chelsea calling timeout. This evening has all the makings of a good ball game. It's you never know. I mean, whenever you come out, some teams start flat and then fire up halfway through, but it looks like we've got a really good opportunity here to put some points on the board even in the first half. We got 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. And I didn't introduce myself I did introduce myself, but I forgot to mention Liam Cothran here on the weather watch and running camera.
Yes, sir.
And color commentary. Our update on our original color commentator, Alex Anders, he's got a day job that he's really thriving in, and he's going to be, we might not see him back this season, but he's got a good job that he's taking care of. Ironmen come back up to the line. Josiah Clark goes in motion to the right side. Trent Smith rolls out a right side looking to throw. Oh my, that was, they called it a game of inches for a reason. It was a good throw, just a little out of bounds, but it was number 24, Josiah. Is that Josiah Clark?
Yep.
Yep. Decent coverage, but he did get a little bit of separation. That would have been a hard throw, but good look anyways. Good look. They'll complete that. We got Twins over on the far side. Wide receiver on the near side, near hash. Snap back, hand off to Dylan Barnes in the background. In the backfield, got hamstrung. It's going to be a loss of maybe 5 yards on the play. Better update that. Ironmen come back to the line. 3rd down and 15 is by my calculation, maybe 14. Quarterback in the shotgun. Trent Smith keeps it himself around the right side, finds a little bit of a hole. Gets back maybe still a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage. That brings up 4th down and let's say 11 maybe. I should say that more confidently. Yep. That's what the press box guy says. So, all right, this is what we kind of talked about this before. This is kind of no man's zone. There's no sense in punting, but we got Twins over here on the near side. One spread out far right. Trent Smith in the shotgun. Dylan Barnes spread to offset to the left. Snap back, good snap. Trenton looks back to throw. Finds his guy. Ooh, was he in? Good snag. Oh, he's calling it no good. Man, that was close. Emmett Sells, gosh darn it, Emmett, I'm going to have to apologize to you because I almost said smells, and that's not cool at all. Emmett Sells was paying attention to his toes. You could tell he was making sure that if he did get a hold of that ball, he was going to stay in bounds. So great effort on his part. Just came up a little bit short. That's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st down and 10 for the Dragons. 6 minutes left. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Man in motion. Snap back. Must have had some kind of illegal procedure there. I think that's what hands on the hips means.
Let's see what the man in white says.
The man in white, yeah. Forgot about that. Oh, offside's on the Ironmen.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not see that. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down, so it makes it 1st and 5. Trips on the far side. Quarterback's in shotgun. Halfback on his right side. Almost a direct snap. It looked like the quarterback was reaching for it. Almost interrupted that. If that was supposed to be a direct snap to the halfback, quarterback reached up there and about smacked it out of his hand. I don't know if that was by design or if there was supposed to be some kind of fake involved in that. But nonetheless, brings up 2nd down. No gain. Wide receiver in motion, coming back around the near side. Number 11, hands off. Big O gap right up the middle of the field. Number 22, Braden Humphreys is our only hope left, or he's going to take it to the yard. Humphreys didn't give up on him. He didn't give up on him. He kept with him the whole way, but we were talking about the Dragons might be a little bit undersized, but whenever you're a little undersized, you're usually a little quicker. So the Dragons strike first, go up 6-0. We'll see if the Dragons are an extra point kicking team or if they're a go for 2 kind of team.
Wrong team.
Oops, wrong team. Extra point is good. Number 2 catches the first pass of the game for an extra 2 points to put the Dragons up by 8 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Brought to you by the Depot Cafe. Well, I was kind of getting my hopes up with the momentum that we had, able to kind of drive the ball down the field, get them, but they did hold us within the red zone, 4th down, and then they broke that wide open play. Good scheme. As we said before, Coach Hagg coached in Nowata for a while, and I've heard from a lot of people that he is a top-notch coach, and he drew up the right play at the right time. But last week against the Comets, the Comets scored 2 touchdowns consecutively, and the Ironmen did not drop their head. So this isn't anything that they haven't dealt with before. This is still anybody's ball game as long as attitudes stay good. And they are well coached, and we've seen them overcome adversity multiple times. There's a lot of football left. Ironmen come out to receive the ball on the north side of the field. Five minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Getting ready to kick off after a long run. I didn't pay attention to how many yards that was, but kind of a fluke busted play there. Results in a touchdown, but here we go. It is a low line drive. Going to be fielded at about his knee was down as he picked it up. Just on the 21-yard line, 22 maybe. Ref spots it on the 22. So the Ironmen will start over on the 23-yard line. We can move the ball. We proved that over and over and over. We just need to finish when we get down to the red zone. We've got twins on the far side, one split out on the near hash. Trent Smith in the shotgun. I believe that's Dylan Barnes to his left. It is. They hand off on the inside. Dylan gets the outside edge. Makes it about the 45-yard line, just shy of the 45 line, says the ref. I'm surprised that Dylan in the past, I think, would have put his shoulder into that guy, but he was playing it smart. Big pickup. Twins on the far side. Snap back, handoff Dylan Bard, same play again. Finds a gap, he's bobbing and weaving. Sees the sideline, decides to turn it up and get a few extra yards. Gets past the 50-yard line on about the 52, it looks like, is where
48.
They're going to spot it.
48?
48.
Yeah, the 48, yep.
Oh, 48.
Yeah, you said 52 again.
I said 52, right?
Yeah, I was catching
right.
you.
I didn't even catch that. Math doesn't work that way.
Oh, 49, sorry.
49. Into the Dragons' territory.
Well, math works that way, but apparently football doesn't.
I'm gonna keep saying it because it's ridiculous.
We'll just get to like
Bad
this.
habits die hard.
Yeah.
Twins on the near side, snap back. Trenton Smith rolls around the left side. Dylan Barnes blocking for him. Finds, number 9 was open. The ball was thrown a little bit wide. Bring up second down. Did you say third down?
I think he did.
Is it third? I need to pay better attention. We got twins over here on the near sideline. Hand off to, nope, it's a keeper. Number 1, Trent Smith, comes up the field. Maybe made it to the 44-yard line. Split in between the 44 and the 45. Good pickup. That'll move the chains for another Nowata Ironman. First down and 10. When Trenton Smith finds space, he's able to make some guys miss. Not the biggest guy on the planet, but he will make them miss and pick up extra yards that way with his feet. Snapback, Trent Smith rolls around the left side, finds number 24 wide open, Josiah Clark. It just kind of on his inside shoulder. He had to spin and come back to it just a little bit, enough to throw him off. He gets a couple more chances to make that throw, and he'll start getting dialed in. 4 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. Lisa, Tony, Ashley, and the rest of the gang. Pitch to number 22, Braden Humphreys, around the left side. He has room. He's got a gap. If he can beat the oh, number 3 was there. I couldn't see from this angle if he was going to be able to get around number 3 or not, but he would have taken that to yard. That was the last man to beat, more or less. Braden Humphreys has been a bright spot. I was talking earlier to Brandon Hicks, who has a little bit more insider information on all the guys and how old they are and their kind of play styles, and they have a whole, I guess you'd call, stable of running backs that they can utilize. Ball's handed off to number 21, Jace McKisson, I think. Is that 21?
Can't see.
I think that's the first time I've seen
yet.
Jace, if it was.
Yes, number 21.
Number 21. Decent gain on that. Looks like to be 3 yards, maybe. Second and 7, maybe. Snapback, handoff up the middle. Number 15, Dylan Barnes. He's just trucking along. He runs with his legs. He runs behind his pads. He definitely runs behind his pads. Picks up the first down. That ball is moving. First down and 10. It is just a matter of time for them to punch it into the end zone. And I think if you take away that big busted assignment on that run, I think this is going to be a good game. Man in motion. Quarterback's under center now. Spins around the left side, decides to keep himself. He thinks he can pick up some yards, and does, and he goes in for the touchdown, boys.
Yep. And Nowata's crowd is going
touchdown,
wild.
Nowata Ironman. Well drawn up play there, well executed. Good blocking by the offensive line. Good run by Trenton Smith, good read. And that puts us at 6-8 currently. With Dylan Barnes back, he's pretty consistent field goal or extra point kicker. But it looks like we're going 2 to tie it up. Snapback handoff right up the middle. He keeps fighting. It looks like he got across, and it's good. 2-point conversion ties the game up, 8-8. Nowata Ironman score in the second half, matching the Chelsea Dragons with 3 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter.
First half.
What did I say?
You said second half.
Sorry.
You're good.
First quarter. That's why you're here. It corrects me on all my.
I'm your verbal.
I just get to talking,
advo.
and whatever comes out of my mouth just just comes out. First quarter. I'm sorry. Ties it up first quarter. 8-8. We got a ball game tonight. If I remember correctly, I'm looking at the board. Chelsea only has 2 timeouts left, so I'm going to update that. That's what our little yellow dills there are. There we go.
Oh, come on, camera, focus. Ah, well, doesn't matter.
Yeah, we got that's what we got this fancy guy here for. Hey, looky there.
I was just wanting to show the matchup between the two, but oh well.
Dane comes out for the kickoff. Give Dylan a little bit of time to recover from that bulldozing he was doing down there in the red zone. All right. We're in a good position. Oh my. Here comes the Dane train. Good kick. Kind of a low kick. Hits about the, got a little bit of, he was down too, just like we kind of made that mental mistake, and that's going to be under the 15-yard line. That's going to be about the 12. That's a good mistake on their part for us. First down and 10 on the south side of the field. 2 minutes, 47 seconds left in the first quarter. They're calling it the 13-yard line. Dragons send twins out to the far side. One on the near side, snap back. Quarterback looking to pass, looking for number 13. Oh, number 9 had the beat on him. He sniffed it out early, brings up second down and 10. Good read by number 9. Looking for his name here. Emmett Sells. Handoff number 17 around the right side. Dylan Barnes right there to hit him, didn't wrap up. Slowed him down just enough for 2 or 3 guys to come in and finish the tackle. Brings up third down and I think the third down and 7. You hold them here and they more or less have to punt. So this is a big down for the Ironmen. Just under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Snaps back. Handoff right up the middle. They're not going to pick up the yardage. It's going to bring up fourth down. Punt team comes onto the field.
Looks like the ref just signaled for him to start the clock, and the clock just started in his minute and 20
Looks like
seconds.
they're doing that same formation where they're acting like they're not going to punt. And then the number 1 drops back into the punter position, snaps back, got some pressure on him, forced him to kick a high punt, high and short. Takes a tumble. It's going to end up about the 38-yard line. Number 2 recovers. So the Ironmen come up with good field position on their own 38. 53 seconds left in the first quarter, brought to you by the Depot Cafe. And this is the point where we have a little bit of time, and Alex and I usually argued cinnamon rolls or chicken fried steak. I told Lisa, one of the owners up there at the Depot, that was kind of, I was asking her if she'd heard anything, and she's like, well, I'm not out there waitressing, but I'm sure that there's plenty of ornery people going up there and just starting arguments about the cinnamon rolls or the chicken fried steak.
103 on the clock.
Looks like the scoreboard is a little bit off. They're going to reset it to, I hear 103. Yep, they reset it to 103. Minute 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Offense starts. Trent Smith back under center. Braden Humphreys and Jace McKisson drops back to throw the ball. He's open if that's a connect. Ooh, overthrew him by about a yard. Well drawn up play. Just missed his mark. I was going to tell, I forgot about this. If you guys know the Asylum in Nowata, if you live in Nowata, most people know that the Asylum is a huge attraction in town. It brings people from all over Quad State area to come in, and our name, Nowata, the Nowata Asylum, is on the same list as Tulsa's Hex House and the Castle of Muskogee and etc. But I'll finish the rest of the story here in a second. Snap back, hand off to Dylan Barnes right up the middle. He bobs him is patient, waits for it to find his blocker.
So we get around
Picks
the
up
22.
A good pickup. Bring up second down and, what does that look like, 5?
On the tackle. Bring up third down.
I got to keep third down. But he is working with the Depot Cafe about staying open while he's running the attraction and sending customers down to the depot to eat. So if you go to the attraction, you go to the asylum, you can go eat at the depot. Pitch around the left side. Humphreys around the left finds a lot of room. That play picked up a lot of yards earlier in the game. He just had number 3 to beat last time. This time, looks like a couple of guys ran him out of bounds, but that's a big pickup. That little pitch around the left side has been successful twice in a row. 9 seconds left in the first quarter.
Clearly found a play that works for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, by everyone, I mean us.
That's enough for an Ironman first down and 10.
First down.
Go ahead and let the clock run out for the first quarter. They'll swap sides of the field. The Ironmen are driving. They've got the Dragons on their heels. If they can just keep executing, keep that momentum up, this will be a fun ball game for the Ironmen. It'll be a fun trip back to Nowata. But to basically finish off that little story is that's an example of a Nowata business being in community with another Nowata business, helping them out. Say, Trey went down and talked to Lisa and Tony and said, hey, if you're willing to have like a limited menu and stay open a little bit later while we're doing the attraction, we'll send these guys from up at the top of the hill down Main Street, down Cherokee Street, down to the Depot Cafe. And Trey has literally like almost 1,000 people. I know it's at least 1,000 people on a regular basis, and that's people in our community, usually from out of towns, looking to eat and spend their money on the attraction. And so I'm really hoping that turns out to be a win-win situation, because it's a great idea to support the Depot Cafe. People come into town looking for something to eat, and there's not always something open at that time. And so Trey, he'll get questions from people from like Colorado, Missouri, Arizona, etc. They come into town looking for some place to eat, and in the past he's had to send them to Bartlesville or to Tulsa or something to go eat, or they'd have to wait. And now just had a little bit of communication, and people can go down and check out our awesome train station cafe. So that concludes the first quarter. We're bringing up the second quarter, which is brought to you by none other than Doug Barnes Carpentry. Doug literally finished up my front porch the other day, and it looks awesome. Josiah Clark in motion. Snap. Number 21, Jace McKisson on the right side. Looks to have picked up 4 or 5 yards. Second down, good run. Good solid. Made a contact multiple places, and then ended up making something out of it. They're going to spot the ball right on the 15-yard line. And that's about 2nd and 6, I would say. Maybe 7. Trent Smith back under center. Turns, looks at the handoff. I think it was a kind of a miscommunication there.
Looks like a fake out that didn't turn out too well.
Yeah, but he came up with positive yards. Does bring up third down. It gets hard to tell from this angle. I'm sure I'll get better at it over time, but I'm going to say for now it's 3rd and 5. Hand off to Dylan Barnes on the left side. Picks up positive yards despite having somebody on his back. Does a somersault down to about the
8 or 9.
8-yard line. Yep. 4th down. I want to say that it's, 2 yards to go? Scored says 3. In the red zone, always gets a little bit more difficult. Hand it up to your bruiser. He piles through. He wants that end zone, and he gets it. Dylan Barnes takes it in on the north side for a second touchdown of the even for the Nowata Ironmen. Let's add those points up real quick. That makes that
Nowata 14, Chelsea 8.
14 before the extra point.
Wrong team.
Looks like Dylan's going to be kicking the extra point.
Wrong team.
Oh, I put it on the wrong team.
Looks like there's some talking going on the sidelines.
Have I mentioned that I get distracted a few times?
Just a bit.
As long as I can correct it before anything bad happens. All right, Dylan Barnes is back for the extra point. Looks solid from here. The angle's
What
right.
did the ref say?
They're calling it
Ref
good.
say is good.
Ironman strike again, brings up 15-8. Nowata Ironman on top. The second quarter, 10 minutes and 14 seconds in the second quarter. Dylan Barnes takes in for the touchdown, kicks the extra point for his dad's carpentry business, Dylan Barnes Carpentry, Doug Barnes Carpentry. It is looking good to be an Ironman tonight. Speaking of good night, the sun has set a little while ago. It looks like some mist is coming around or starting to settle in a little bit, but the slight breeze we had, I think, is pretty much gone. What's the temperature? It's just
I think it's dropped a little
utterly
bit. It's
present.
it's 71 now.
71.
Oh, and you can see, look, you can see the cobwebs hanging off the lights.
Yeah, they're just floating around everywhere. That one's huge.
That one is massive. It kind of unsettles me. I don't want to think about the spider.
The spider that spun that.
Yeah.
There's
or
a
the
den
spiders.
somewhere.
I don't know what would be worse, a giant spider or multiple.
Or multiples, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know which one would be more horrible. I don't know. If it was just one, at least I wouldn't have to worry about where it's at.
And just get a shotgun.
Yeah, it'd just be just get in the truck and drive.
As long as it doesn't have the same idea.
You think you can drive stick? That'd be extra scary if
You've never seen a
giant
spider with 8 legs. He'll work those controls.
Right. All right, Dane comes back out to take over the kickoff responsibility. Got a lot of talented guys able to play multiple positions. That's a kind of a low kick. Kind of dies about the 22-yard, fielded by I can't see his number. He makes some moves right up the middle, number 7.
It's down about the 43 or the 44.
Pretty slippery. So this is probably the best field position that the Dragons have started out with this evening. 10 minutes, 6 seconds into the second quarter. Or not into, but left in the second quarter. Brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. Ironmen lead 15-8 over the Chelsea Dragons on their homecoming night. It's always a little extra special to spoil a homecoming. I know that's kind of
mean,
but you know what? It's a game for a reason. Number 11 looking to pass. He can't find anybody. Dancing. He is long-legged. I imagine once he gets some open field, he's got some speed behind him, but he was not able to shake. Who was that on that play? It looked like Keeler, number 44, Garrett Keeler. I apologize to the Keeler boys. I keep mixing up their names and numbers. I've been that way forever. If I know siblings, I just get them mixed up constantly. I had kids in my youth group way back in the day that I just kept screwing up. I'm just bad at it. I apologize. Second down and 15 is what the scoreboard says. Hands off, up the middle, wrapped up. Who's on that tackle? I think it's Josiah Clark and who was that second one? There was somebody else besides Josiah there. Brings up third down, and it still looks about 14. Clock's ticking under 8 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. Dragons come to the line. Quarterback in the shotgun, halfback to his right. Snap back, looking to throw, look a little shuffle pass, a little screen pass, or yeah, I guess you call it a shuffle pass. Whole host of Ironmen, there's no sense, we'll just call numbers. Dane was in there.
A lot of them.
Josiah Clark came in a little bit late. 76 was in there. Number 76 is Trevor Pearson. That was a defensive effort. Brings up 4th down. That is a great series for the Ironmen if they can hold them here. This kind of puts them in a sticky spot. They're going to have to gain 12 yards. Oh, they're going at the punt. Okay. Another high wobbly kick. And it takes a favorable bounce. Number 8's there to cover it. Ball is covered on a 36-yard line. Bring up 1st down and 10 for the Ironmen. Again, really good starting position. 7 minutes, 50 seconds left in the second quarter. This has got all the makings for the Ironmen to eventually start pulling away. They're showing that they can move the ball pretty much at will. They got nice steady drives, which is always a good sign in my opinion. I mean, kind of like the Dragons, they weren't moving the ball and then they got that one broke out big play for the touchdown. But I think you talked about anybody and they'd rather have a good solid drive consistently. Kind of reflects more on the ability of the offense. So here we go again. 2 halfbacks, number 24, Josiah Clark goes in motion. Trent Smith pitched around the left side. Number 22, Braden Humphreys comes up, puts his shoulder into somebody about the 35-yard line. Maybe gets it to the 36. Good effort. There's that pitch again.
Looks like the 46.
Or a similar pitch. Looks like what?
The 46.
46. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Sometimes I just say things. Goes out of bounds, so that stops the clock at 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Good pickup. Brings up 2nd down and maybe 2. Yep, 2nd and 2. 2 backs in the backfield. Trent Smith under center. Hands off number 24, Josiah Clark. Goes around the outside, decides to cut it up. Takes it down to about the 45-yard line on the north side. Good pickup. That'll move the chains for another Nowata Ironman 1st down and 10.
1st down.
1st down.
1st down.
Yeah, Alex isn't here. He kind of throws us off our little rhythm of the whole 1st down and 10 timing. But as we were saying, they've got a good little rhythm going. Snaps back, drops back to throw. He's open. Dylan Barnes, good pass. Gets him out about the 35.
Still a good pass.
Good pickup. That very well could move the chains. Depends on the spot. Wind.
I think the wind has picked up a little bit more. We're picking up a little wind noise.
Yep.
Nothing
They
too
are
bad.
moving them. They gave them the 1st down. Drive is still alive. Handoff, Dylan Barnes right up the center again. Yeah, all of a sudden wind kind of picked up. Flag's actually moving now. It was pleasant before, it's nice now. Even nicer. 2nd down.
Number 50 with the assist on the tackle.
Two backs in the backfield. Quarterback under center. Hands off number 21, Jace McKisson.
Oh, just
Tries
gets
to get around
buried.
the outside.
Just got buried under a bunch of Chelsea Dragons.
Now Chelsea had it covered. Not much of a gain there.
That wind is whacking over the
3rd
concession
down.
stands.
Oh, I
Sent
can
over
smell
to-
it. I could go for another walking taco, not taco. Walking taco?
Yeah. Tacking wacko.
Whacking taco?
Yep.
All right. Big 3rd down here. Looks to be about 9 yards. Trent Smith rolls around the right side. He has Josiah Clark. Oh! Josiah Clark was wide open underneath. Would have been enough for a 1st down. Decides to go for more. 4th down. 4th and 9. And again, kind of in no man's zone. Gosh dang it, I need a nap.
No man's land.
I need a nap. No man's land. Going for it. This is a big one. Josiah Clark goes in motion. Pitch around to number 22, Braden Humphreys. He cuts it up. He looks like he got it. He extended. Depends on if his knee was down early. It looks like where they're going to put the spot that would move the chain. Ooh, no. Just short. By about a football and a half length. Gosh darn. That little pitch sweep to Braden Humphreys has been effective all night long. I think that may be the 4th time that was called and picked up big yards. We'll call it an A for effort, but comes up short. Chelsea Dragons will take over on their own 26-yard line. They're on the north side heading south. Six minutes, 4 seconds left in the second quarter, brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. Quarterback in the shotgun, hands off. Nope, no, fake. And flipped it to number 3 coming across the center. 3 just couldn't hang on. It was a well-placed pass. Number 3, honestly, coulda, woulda, shoulda had that. Brings up 2nd down and 10. I'm listening to the band, and then I look over to our home stands. The marching Ironmen are someplace tuning up for the halftime show. Quarterback in the shot. Oh, it's a bad snap down on the ground. Number 44, Garrett Keeler's there to snuff him out. Covered him up good. That's a big loss on the play.
Oh, Marcus, I found your band. They're behind the concession stands.
Oh, they're over they're over behind the concession stands. So, if I remember correctly, 3rd and 10. Or not 10. 3rd down and a lot. Looks like the line of scrimmage is about on the 20. So I'm going to call that the 16 yards. Is that right? My math right there, Liam?
What? Sorry, I was making sure everything was good. I wasn't listening. Don't feel bad.
Oh, ball came out. Recovered by I can't see him right behind Dane.
Looks like it's number
57.
57.
Wyatt Keeler. I should have known. Brandon's on top of this. He recognizes boys' numbers. Wyatt comes up with a big recovery.
It's a great job, Wyatt.
So we are in striking distance. 5 minutes, 8 seconds left. Nowata Ironmen lead the Chelsea Dragons on their homecoming night, 15-8. It is 1st down and 10 inside their own red zone. Ball's on about the 12-yard line.
I am not sure what happened there.
I lost the ball. I glanced down for half a second. Is that Humphreys, number 22, up the middle?
Yep, I think that's what happened.
Clock's still kicking. My goodness, I need a nap or I need a Red Bull or something. No, I shouldn't even have said that. I should not even encourage energy drinks. I'd be talking 1,000 miles an hour up here, not even know what I'm saying. 2nd down. I just need to focus. Man in motion, handoff number 21, Jace McKisson looking for a hole, being patient. He's spun and he's still...
Looks like he got to the 4 at least.
Yep, 4-yard line. So that is...
he places it on the 5.
They move the ball, 5-yard line. So what is that, 3rd and 5? I like to see that patient running, looking for their lead blocker. I wasn't smart enough to wait for a lead blocker. Probably would have had a lot more success if I had more patience about that. Trent Smith, hands off right up the center. Dylan Barnes again, in for the touchdown. Pretty much untouched. Well drawn up play, well executed by the offensive line, and carried in without being touched. Dylan Barnes put another 6 points on the board. 15 plus 6 is 21 by my math. Nowata Ironmen score again. It's good to be an Ironman. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. So this is kind of deja vu here. Dylan Barnes put in the first touchdown, getting ready to kick his extra point, which looks good from here. Waiting for the call from the refs. It's good.
It's good.
So add another point. That is 22-8. Nowata Ironman in the second quarter. Brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. He's a proud daddy. And then we got the wind just all of a sudden picked up out of nowhere. The gods are not happy. The Chelsea Dragon gods are not happy. Dylan is happy to get in the end zone. He had to sit out 2 weeks. I believe it was kind of a questionable call during Dewey. From what I heard, that he was trying to punch a ball out. Kind of looked like he was being more aggressive, and they took the argument to the top, and the video evidence wasn't conclusive enough to get him out of a 2-game suspension. So he's taking his paybacks by driving the ball up the center and scoring some touchdowns. Exactly what we need him to do. He set out during that win last week at homecoming, which I know hurt, but his teammates stepped up and won the game, and now Dylan's back. He wants a piece of that W. Number 58, Dane's stepping off to kick off to the north. 22-8. Nowata Ironmen on top in this second quarter with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Dane boots it. Good, solid, high line drive. Fielded about the 12-yard line. I can't see his name. Ooh!
That was rough.
He was making forward momentum, and then his momentum was stopped immediately. That looked a little bit painful. Who was on the tackle? Number 76. Oh, of course it is. Wyatt. Oh, 76. Trevor Pearson. You're going that fast and you stop that suddenly. That'll give you a headache, or whiplash, or a concussion.
Yeah, or more.
Good coverage by the Ironmen. Dragons take over about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. They're on the north side going south. Snapback handoff up the middle. Well, tries to bounce it outside. Cuts back up in the middle. Number 11 gets smacked hard. Dylan put his shoulder into him. Kind of. You ever see those Looney Tunes cartoons where Daffy Duck gets his bill just spun around?
Yeah.
It's kind of what that looked like. Maybe that wasn't an 11. That was number 17. That 7 kind of looks like a 1. 11's our quarterback. Good solid hit. That's what football's all about. Brings up second down in, I'm going to say 3. Quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the ball, flings it out around number 10 around the near side.
Ooh.
Gets a little bit of a stiff arm. Number 9 and 2 others. Number 76, number 44 in on the tackle. That wind came out of nowhere and then just died.
Yeah.
Like it was just a weird gust that about blew all of my papers off of the crow's nest up here.
And now we're back down to being almost dead.
Yeah, that's weird. Am I looking good on the screen? 22-8, 2nd down and 2.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't change the quarter. It's second quarter. My fault. Second quarter brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first half. So the refs were kind of talking it over there. 5-yard penalty called against the Ironmen. I'm not sure what that was exactly. So that'll bring up first down and 10. Quarterback in the shotgun. Hands off, number 17, right up the middle, following his blockers. Then a whole host of Ironmen stop the forward momentum. Looks like number 44, number 60, number 24 in on the tackle. Taking the ball down to the 45. It is third down, I think. Third down and 5. Whistle's blown early. Looks like there was offsides on the Dragons. False start.
Five-yard penalty, second down.
Second down and 10. Two minutes left in the Doug Barnes Carpentry second quarter. We got one wide receiver on the far side, quarterback in the shotgun, man in motion. Number 11 drops back the pass. Dylan Barnes is back there to get the rush on. Dane Bolin is going to finish it off. Oh, he flings the ball, and Josiah Clark, it just falls right in his lap. There is a flag on the play. The flag was on the Chelsea Dragons, it looks like, so I think the play will stand. We're hearing a lot of different arguments here about if it's intentional grounding or if he was There's a pink flag, which I am totally ignorant of what that pink flag is while he's picking it up. Nowata Ironmen take over in good position with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Gives them an opportunity to score real quick, which is a major momentum swing. So I'm not sure what the holdup is here. We're having a conversation over here on the sideline, it looks like. Chelsea Dragons coach is wanting an explanation on the play. Well, I sent my cameraman down to get in line early to get his food. So I am running the scoreboard and the camera and play-by-play. And I'm not sure whether they're stepping that off there. But it remains Nowata Ironman ball. Good play by Josiah Clark for the interception. That is one of those gifts that you don't get too often. Quarterback gets in trouble, tries to get rid of it to save a sack, and then just throws it right in your lap. Pretty handy situation. But we are still having conversation about what's happening here. Nowata Ironmen still lead 22-8 going into halftime with 2 minutes left in the first half. Second quarter brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry. There, we got a whistle. We're back to play. Ironman under center. Drops back, handoff up the middle. Number 22, Braden Humphreys, picks up a yard or two on the play. It looks like they may be, a minute 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds on that play. I would assume they'd like to punch one more in. Josiah Clark goes in motion. Hands off number 21, Jace McKisson. He gets caught. Number 74 grabs an ankle, pulls him down early. Brings up third down. Third down, and that might put us back at about 12. Third down and 12. Clock still kicking. I'm going to keep saying kicking. Clicking under a minute, 50 seconds. Snap back. Trent Smith rolls around the left side, flips it up to number 15, Dylan Barnes. Dylan picks up good yardage down to about the 10-yard line. As long as there's no flag on the play, it looks like it's going to stand.
Oh my God. He literally pushed him down. That is terrible.
Be enough for another Nowata Ironman first down and 10. Nowata Ironman lead 22-8 going into the second quarter. We've got 36 seconds left on the clock. Again, second quarter brought to you by Doug Barnes Carpentry, and it's only fitting that his boy Dylan has scored 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. It's always a team effort, but being a dad, like to see that, especially during your quarter. Ironman come back to take on the field. It is 36 seconds left. Speaking momentum-wise, it's always good to score right before the half. It just energizes the team, gets them ready, focused, come out and not play flat the second half. .36 seconds left. Quarterback under center. Drops back, hands off to number 21, Jace McKisson. Picks up, takes it down to about the 5-yard line. Picks up, I want to say 6 yards. Second down. Still 36 seconds left on the clock. Quarterback under center. Snap back. Keeps it himself. Finds room. And he's in right in the corner. Knocks the pylon over for a touchdown. 22 plus 6 is 28 by my count. Nowata Ironman score again. Trenton Smith finds space. He can make men miss. Dylan Barnes comes on for the extra point. The Ironmen are playing the Nowata Ironman fight song. Snap back, good handle. Ball's up. Waiting for the call. Looks good. That's 27-8. Nowata Ironman lead Chelsea Dragons. The momentum is there. 22 seconds left. We're going to have time to kick the ball off. And bring this second half to a close. The Nowata Ironmen the Nowata Marching Ironmen are lined up over on the east side of the field, tuning up, getting ready to take the field for the halftime show. Halftime show is brought to you by Paul Hughes and Capstone Music. I've told plenty of stories on Paul before. Paul and I are good buddies, and you know, I'm a wannabe musician. Paul's a legit musician, so I obviously idolize him and look up to him. But several months ago, I think I may have told this story before, but I walk in, and of course he's got all these awesome guitars, and he's an excellent musician, and he can play this and that and the other. And but I walk in, and he has this painting, which I just assume is like from, you know, some kind of gallery or some professional artist or whatever. And I noticed, and I said, hey, that's a pretty cool painting. And Paul's like, oh, yeah, I painted that a while back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Paul, you and your talent tick me off. There ain't anything creatively that Paul can't do. Short kick, recovered by number 9, I think. Host of tacklers trying to take him down. Looks like 22 seconds left. My cameraman's back. It's difficult to do that many things, especially whenever you're a spaceball like me. Liam's back on the controls. We've been trying to. This is a two-man show right now. We had Alex Anders up here helping, and kind of have that extra set of hands is always pretty handy. But we have multiple jobs up here. We're a small station. We have multiple roles, but we make it happen. So 22 seconds left in the half. Chelsea Dragons take over. North side going south. And the whistle blows the play dead. Maybe a timeout. Looks like Dragons took a second timeout. Give me time to update the scoreboard. And that was their second timeout. So I don't think you have a whole lot to lose by maybe throwing it deep or doing some kind of trickeration. I mean, you got 22 seconds on the board, and if you can get some points, you do whatever you can to get those points. It is currently 29. Is that right? Okay, bad math on my part. Please don't go back and check that and say, Marcus, you can't add. It's been a long day. Let's update that. 29-8. All right, here we go again. Now your defense kind of has to look for, are they looking to get a quick strike, throwing it deep downfield, or some kind of triple option, or some kind of play that they hadn't seen before. Snap back, he's looking to throw. He's got the rush on him. He's not going to get the ball off. He is taken down about the 26-yard line. Good coverage by the defense. Kendall Macias, number 82.
Yeah, Kendall. It's my friend.
That's your friend?
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty cool guy. I've met him before.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that whoever's running camera has a lot better angle on seeing who the number was on the tackle. And then I've got Brandon Hicks up here with the eagle eye, and this makes me think, crap, it's my eyeballs. I need new eyeballs. It's not just because he's looking over the monitor that you can see the number he's tackling. It's just my eyeballs. All right, that brings the the first half, second quarter to a conclusion. Brings up to the capstone halftime show presented by Miss Prince and the Nowata Marching Ironmen. They will be performing, gosh darn it, the
Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman, right? The Hugh Jackman movie. Miss Prince comes across the field. This band, if I remember correctly, they're going to be performing extra early in the morning. I think they have competitions. I'm not sure where, but I do remember my friend Misty Selle, who I work with at Nowata Can. Her daughter is in the band, and I do believe they are having competition tomorrow or maybe this weekend. I may be just blowing smoke. But I can't imagine, performing at a game, going to school all day, performing a halftime show, playing all the entire game, and then getting up from a home game or from an away game. Chelsea's not too far from Nowata, but then turning around after a late night and then going and performing. And I don't even know where they're performing, so they may have a pretty significant road trip ahead of them. I come through Ulagal schools on a regular basis, and I notice that they have band competitions on a regular basis, but they've already had that one. Maybe I just don't understand it. Maybe they have multiple ones there, but so there is some stamina required to be in the bands, not only lung capacity to play your wind instruments, but to just make it through the day.
Yeah, stand up. It's a lot of exercise.
Yeah, there's a reason why Miss Prince put them through the ringer this summer and got them conditioned to the temperatures. At this point, I'm going to close my mouth and let you enjoy the Nowata Marching Ironman Band.
And student leader, senior drum major, Silas McGuire. Drum major, is your band ready? You may now take the field for your halftime performance. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Marching Ironmen proudly present The Greatest Showman, featuring musical selections, The Greatest Show, This Is Me, The Greatest Cadence, Never Enough, and from now on, with soloists Connor Freeman and duet partners Alexis Augustine and Harlan Webb, as well as duet partners Connor Freeman and Ashlyn Augustine.
Alrighty. Another great performance by Miss Prince and the Nowata Marching Ironmen. That halftime show was brought to you by Capstone Music, Paul Hughes and his guitar shop, among other things. I keep calling it a guitar shop, but he's got so many other things. It's not even
sells keyboards,
fair
electric
to call it a
pianos.
guitar shop, but it sounds cool.
Yeah.
It sounds cool. But again, thank you, Capstone Music and Miss Prince and the Nowata Marching Ironmen. And we are going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back. The scoreboard says that there are 9 minutes, if you're watching this live, 9 minutes until the second quarter the second half. And we're going to go ahead and cut, and we'll be back with a separate video. So if you know where to find us, we will leave you here, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes.